In a very bizarre twist of irony, this video is an emergency alert for the people of the United Kingdom about the emergency alert for the people of the United Kingdom that's due to take place this Sunday on the 23rd of April. And there are some fairly serious potential repercussions, so stay tuned. Welcome back to the channel. So you've probably heard about this emergency alert that's going to take place on Sunday. Now, the important bit about this alert is that it's going to sound your phone whether you want to or not, and no one really knows what it's going to sound like. Some kind of alarm, some kind of buzzer, alert, wailing, whatever it might be. Apparently, you don't need to take any action. It's just going to alert, and they are testing this emergency alert system. One can only question really why they are testing this emergency alert system, but the headlines, of course, are jumping on a number of different things, some of which I think are a little bit far-fetched and overstretched, and some of them are potentially very serious that I've had serving police officers warn me about, which I think is a very good idea because we need to talk about these things as a warning. Now, the first one is that the headlines have picked up that if you've got this alert going on in your car and you're tempted to reach across, fumble with it, try to turn it off and all that sort of stuff, the headlines are having you believe that you might be pulled over, stopped by police for not having proper control of the vehicle. Now, albeit your phone is probably, as it should be, in a cradle permanently, so it's not handheld because that will be a 6-point offence. If it's in a cradle, you can still be out of control of the vehicle because you are doing something else and you're not focusing on the road. So the first warning, if you like, ironically enough, is don't try to fiddle and play with your phone while the alert is going off because you might lose control of the vehicle. Statistically, someone is going to do that and someone is going to get into some kind of trouble, have a collision and so on. Hopefully not, but statistically that's likely to happen. Now, the second thing is there's a fairly serious warning, which has also been picked up by the papers. Now, without using too many choice words to get censored by YouTube, domestic victims have been advised in the newspapers to turn off their phones for the emergency test. Now, what are we talking about here? This is a situation where certain victims are given an emergency phone in case they need to alert the emergency services if they are in immediate or extreme danger, because they are in certain relationships that mean they might be placed at immediate risk at any given time. The problem you can probably obviously see is that this emergency alert system is going to sound every phone. Now, the people against whom these emergency phones held by certain people are designed to protect against won't know that they have these phones. And they won't know that they've got this emergency phone hidden away somewhere. But obviously, if this alert goes off and it's a wailing siren designed to attract attention, it's going to attract attention that there is a secret hidden phone held by somebody, which is designed to keep them safe. It's designed to enable them to reach out to emergency services in case they get into any kind of problem. But therein lies the problem in and of itself. Now, if that phone goes off, it's obviously going to alert someone who they would be in danger from to the presence of this emergency phone that they don't know they have. But there's a double twist here because, ironically enough, an emergency alert system which is designed for safety across the country, people at risk, as it says here, which I can't think of a way around, quite frankly. So no criticism of The Guardian for this, but I can't think of another way around it. But ironically, it says people at risk of abuse have been advised to turn off any mobile device that they want to keep hidden on Sunday, as ministers prepare to launch this first nationwide test of this new emergency alert system. That's all well and good, because if they do that, then obviously that phone stays hidden. But what if, I mean, people that are in these kind of relationships know that they're in these kind of relationships. At least one party does. The party who is causing risk to the other certainly knows that they're in that kind of relationship. And they may suspect that their partner has this emergency phone stashed and stored away somewhere. They may already suspect that. And in so suspecting as much, if on Sunday at 3 p.m. there is a time period when this is likely to go off, if they do suspect that somebody has this phone, as an emergency phone remember, they may take that as the perfect window of opportunity when said phone will be switched off and will not be available for emergency uses. Now, I personally find this a little bit worrisome in that people that have a phone and are given a phone for emergency purposes, emergency reasons at this specific time and place, that they will have to turn them off because there's no alternative, because they are going to go off. And so again, statistically, there is, as it says in here, there is a very real risk to those in danger, many of whom keep these second phones as a lifeline to help them to flee in case of emergencies. The government has said that people should follow Refuse Charity's advice, switch off the devices, put them on airplane mode for the duration of this test. But also, just a word of warning to anyone that is in that situation. Firstly, I'm sorry that you're in that situation in the first place and that you require this emergency phone, but just be a little bit more vigilant on Sunday when this emergency test is going off, because this is not going to be helpful, despite it being a nationwide emergency test. I understand, at least in principle, the principles behind this emergency test so that the government knows that there is an emergency system in place and whether it works or not. My view, for what it's worth, would have been to test it on a select batch of phones, people opting in to participate, but that sort of defeats the point of it being a total nationwide emergency test. So it is, in essence, a UK-wide emergency alert test of this this system to alert people's phones. So there it is. Discussions and questions in the comments, please. So again, be respectful to each other. If you are in this situation, I'd strongly suggest that you take up this charity advice by Refuse as referred to in the Guardian article here. And please keep yourselves safe and don't allow this and don't forget about this to allow it to put you in danger. So with that in mind, please do share this video with somebody that you think might have a benefit of watching this video and being alerted to this video, no pun intended. And in the meantime, please do like the video and subscribe. And as always, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.